I'm going to be keeping this video short and sweet. Now today I'll be showing you two ways to install the valves on this ProCycle 790 big valve head, featuring oversized valves of course. Take a second and just look at this work of art. This is pure machining. Now, first things first. Let's take a minute and double check the valve guides, as all four have been replaced as well. I'll be using this telescopic gauge set and a digital caliper. Now you should really be using a micrometer as opposed to a digital caliper, but I'm using the caliper here to help you guys visualize the numbers. Now I have measured and double checked all the results off camera with a micrometer, and they are all nearly identical. Now that we've established that all the results are uniform, let's move on to the valves. We're looking at 36mm up from 32mm for the intake valves and 32mm up from 28 for the exhaust ones. Good, they're bang on. My original valve springs were out of spec, so I'm replacing the pair for each valve along with the valve stem seals and keepers. Now for organization's sake, lay them out with their respective valves. Before seating the valve spring seats, it is very important to coat the clean, and I put the emphasis on the word clean, components in engine oil. Use the same mineral oil you'll be using for your braking period. Guys, remember that is mineral oil and not synthetic. Do not make that mistake. Go ahead and coat the seals with a thin layer of oil and pop them into place. Keep in mind that these seals are fragile, so be careful not to tear them. Next, let's lube the inside of the guide and the stem of this exhaust valve. Slide it through and turn the head over. Lube the springs as well. These springs are progressive rate springs, meaning they are coiled tighter on one side. These variable rate springs must be installed with the tighter coiled side facing down. Luckily, Suzuki makes this easy for us by painting the side that faces up in white. Now the first technique to install the keepers requires this valve spring compressor tool. Install the remaining valve spring cap and position the tool. I like to use two attachments to give me more leverage, one on either side. Install the keepers with a touch of grease. This keeps them in place and makes the whole process much easier. Once they've been centered, slowly, and I repeat the word slowly, release the tool and voila. To make sure that the keepers are set, take a soft face mallet and give the top of the valve stem a light tap. Do not overdo this step. A couple taps is all it takes. Now, as promised, here is the second technique to lock a valve in place. First, position your valve assembly and keepers. Then, place a thin sheet of plastic over the top of the valve, and with a 13mm socket, it should press into place nicely. You saw how easy that was, right? That is a real trick of the trade. But what good are new valves and seats if they don't seal properly? To perform a leak test, block off the spark plug holes and fill the combustion chamber with acetone. Blow some compressed air into the ports and see if any bubbles form. I did this test in the shop and mine seals perfectly. Of course, that is exactly what I'd expect from a freshly machined piece. Now to finish things off, do not forget to install the intake boot with a fresh oiled O-ring. And both of the Japanese industrial standard screws get a touch of Loctite. Now that the head is ready, let's take care of the piston rings. Ciao ciao, see you soon.